lot of time off, a lot of good work with the OTAs with the players. Got a lot of things done with our scheme, and definitely as far as getting in shape, how the guys moving. I think the strength conditioning department did a great job, and the medical people did a good job as far as keeping the people healthy. So we got the majority of the team here for camp.
Your room is completely different now.
Completely
Does it feel like kind of like last year again, starting all over again? And how do you feel about the guys in your room?
That's the part about it. Speaking forward, I'm glad the guys I have in my room. You only can coach the guy that's available to you. And one thing this year we have depth. From Charlie, who's a walk-on, who's going to have opportunity to show what he can do. From the two transfers, Dylan, Hayden, and Isaiah, they add some different things to the room. When you got a young guy like Micah, even though was here in the spring, but he's still fresh out of high school, did some good things in the spring, and then Brandon Hood, who just came out of high school. So with those guys, I feel good. We can plug those guys in. They know their assignments. And one thing about it, like you said, the room is great chemistry. It's a friendly competition, but they know, like, at this point, you got to start to separate yourself. But we have different elements in the room. Isaiah, he brings a bigger body. But we got guys can run in between the tackles, guys can catch the ball with Micah and Dallin from the transfer kid. But I feel good about it. They're great kids, they learn well, and they compete.
Is it a reset on the depth chart, or because maybe Micah was here early, does he have a little kind of edge in that regard?
Like they all will get a chance to go with the ones. Charlie, he earned it, he deserves it. He'll be the guy that lead the reps. But then as we go through practice, Micah will get a chance to go with Shador, and the two transfer, Isaiah and Dale, they'll get a chance to go with Shador as well, somewhere through our practice. So once we go through a week or maybe a week and a half, we'll find that chemistry. But I'm going to give them opportunity. They have to make sure they make Shador feel comfortable with them in the game. So they'll have the opportunities. They're going to know their assignments. They have the opportunity to perform. We'll grade every day. So it's on them. That's all we can do is just coach them to this point, prepare them, put them on the field, and see how they execute.
In your perfect world, do you have a workhorse and then guys who kind of spell him, or would you prefer a kind of by committee approach throughout the season?
In today's game, you got to have two. And that's the process we're going through because we're so deep in talent, and those guys do a great job. We're going to give them equal opportunity to show who are the best two guys, because it's hard to have three running backs in the game because of the reps. We have a scheme. We have a great quarterback. We're going to throw the ball here and there, but we're going to run the football. Coach Brian's main thing is the physicality and being able to run the football this year. So our top two guys got to understand that. Do we want that one guy to be an all-purpose guy, every down back? Absolutely, but we know we're going to need two guys. If it's Charlie and it's Micah, if it's Micah and if it's Isaiah or Dallin and Charlie, this game, for one thing about game in life, it reveals itself. And we'll get to that point where those two guys have an opportunity to showcase themselves on August 29th, Thursday night.
How much of that to you is having two guys that have complementary skill sets, and how much of it is, hey, these are our two best guys, even if they do similar things well?
Both things. Guys that really complement what Coach Sherman is trying to get done, and the best two guys physically, mentally, that get things done. You want a combination of those things, but we got to find a true fit. If it's two guys that complement the offense, and you might have a guy that's better in talent but blows assignments and don't understand, we're going to go with the guy that understands Coach Sherman's philosophy, his scheme, because they're going to get things done, and we'll be able to win ball games that way. So everything you're saying is correct, but we'd like to have a combination of those things, but whatever we have that at that particular time between those two young men, we'll make a decision and roll in that direction.
You talked about Coach Shermer's philosophy and themes this year. How does the offense feel different, and how is he going to further incorporate the run?
Everything is built around the quarterback that we have. We have the best quarterback in the country. So a lot of things we have is going to fit him as far as throwing the football and understand the box and know when to change the play plus in a good running play or stick with the pass. So, Coach Sherman's an NFL guy. He understands that. He's a man that understands the run game. So we're going to make sure that everything that we have based on what the defense give us, if you're going to pack the box, then Shador's going to have a field day throwing the ball, deep and underneath the Travis and Jimmy Horn, those guys that we have. If you want to take it with the pass and have two deep and play those games, then we have guys up front that we kind of change and manifest to give us opportunity to run the football, and guys in the backfield understand their role. So whatever the defense give us, we're going to make sure that we coach our guys up, and based on the scheme, it kind of dictates, how we're going to perform that week based on what the defense gives us.
You coach with Dylan Hayden. know, he wasn't a starter at Ohio State, but he's
Yeah.
obviously been there for 2 years and ran the ball quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Are you seeing that experience pay off to where he's maybe got kind of a pro mindset in a way because he's been on a winning program?
He does. He does. You know, he comes into it. He's not very egotistic. You would think someone that comes from that program that play, even though he don't have a whole lot of reps, they would come with a mindset like I should be getting reps with the ones immediately. But he came in, his approach was very professional. He came in, learned well. He took his time as far as learning the scheme. He does a good job with the players. He has a sit-back approach. You know, he likes to observe, ask questions, be real sure of himself, and then go out and perform. And that's what I like about him. He's not in a rush to get to where he's going, but he's going to play a valuable role to what we have going on this year.
Over the summer in various interviews, Coach Prime talked about how year one was about restoring hope and year two is expectation. Have you seen that change and maybe a mentality shift with him as far as how he reacts and connects to the staff and the players?
As far as Coach Prime?
Yes.
Yeah, one thing about Coach Prime, when he comes to work with the same approach. His message is going to be the message. It's going to be very clear. You know, like I said, the hope that we had some hope last year. We kind of fell off towards the end, so he kind of installed that every day during the offseason about holding everyone accountable. You know, so the expectation. You know, his expectation is now. We're not waiting for year 3 to win. We're not waiting for mid-season to everything click. It has to happen now. So he has that now approach. So every day he comes into work, his mentality, his thought process, his message, his philosophy is the same. He don't deviate from it. That's why he's Deion Sanders. And as a player, as a coach, as a player that's underneath him, you have no choice but to adapt to that. Or you would get surpassed, or you would be someone that has to be replaced. And that's the bottom line. That's where we are right now. We are right now trying to win. We're not trying to wait to see what's going to happen. We believe we're going to win. It's not if, we're saying that we are going to win, and that's the mentality.
Last question for Coach. You talk about the running backs playing with Shador. How are they going to factor into the passing game this year?
One, protection. If you can't protect, you know, with the O-line and fit in where you need to fit in, if you're going assignments where your guy's making a sack on our most valuable player, you won't be in the game. So that's where it starts. You know, we're runners. We're going to be able to run the football. We're going to know our assignments, but protection and ball security is the top two things. So to your question, you got to be able to protect, understand the protection, and know where you fit in with the O-line.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you. Appreciate it.